So when we go back to the model, what we're going to do is, again, we're going to leave this on pause for right now. We're going to move the playhead out of the scratch area, and we're going to kind of move it out 8 seconds. You're going to select the, in the transform section of the ribbon, select the move, and we're going to click on this screw. And when you select that screw, we're going to use the arrow to move it out. And the distance that we're going to move it out is going to be to the point where the end of the screw is outside of the hole that is in the column. So if we kind of take a look at this and zoom in on it, you can see how the end of the screw, we want that to stop right at the edge of the hole. Once you have that movement, you will click on OK. And what you should see happen is you see another movement that has been included. And this is the movement for the screw. If we wanted to edit or change the location of this movement, all we would have to do, basically what we want to do here is line up the edge of this camera movement to the edge here. So if I just click and hold and drag that until you see that blue dash line show up. So that's going to move that to the edge. If we want to change the duration of this movement, you can do a right mouse button click on it and change and say, select the one that says duration. And if we want this to go out like 4 seconds, then we can just change this value here. And we'll change that to 4 and click on the green check. So you will see that go out to the 8-second mark that you may want it to go out to. So I'm going to move the playhead out to that 8-second mark. Again, the end of the screw is going to line up with the edge of the hole. The other thing that, the other movement that you want this to happen with this screw is you also want it to rotate. So if you click on transform and go to transform component, we'll select that same screw. And in this case, what we want to do is have it to rotate. So we're going to select this that rotation, because we want it to rotate about that axis, and we want it to rotate going in to the left. And what you should see or notice happen is when you click and hold in on that and rotate it around, the X angle is the value that changes. And so in this particular case, if we wanted this to rotate around 10 times, okay? So there are 360 degrees in a one revolution. And if we multiply that by 10, that'll give us 3,600, okay? If we only wanted that to rotate around 5 times, then that would be 5 times 360, which would be 1,800. So everything is really based off of the 360 degrees as far as the rotation. So if you wanted to rotate around 5 times, then in this, in the X angle, because you want to rotate it to the left, that'll be a negative 1800. And then you will click on OK. And what you should see happen in the timeline is it also gives you a rotation option. If in your particular case, this ends up being like this, if we kind of play this back, you'll kind of see what's going to happen. Okay, so if we kind of play it back, you see it rotate around. You'll see the screw move out and then it rotates. Okay, so in this particular case, that's not very realistic. What you want to happen is for the movement and the rotation to happen at the same time. So if that's the case, then we just need to click and hold and drag the rotation and line it up with the movement. So when we play this, you will see it rotate and move at the same time.